Well, a very good afternoon, everyone. I'm DJ Sean, and welcome through to the Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening stream. If you haven't seen me before, hi, I am DJ Sean. I'm a charity streamer, which means I do this to raise money and awareness for various charities throughout the year. And this month, we're raising money for a fantastic organisation called the Red Cross Australia. This organisation is a humanitarian group that not only do blood drives to raise valuable blood for the people who need it the most, but they also supply humanitarian aid to people that have gone through natural disasters and a whole host of other things. Quite a wide spectrum this group focus on. So I'm very pleased to be able to support them through the month of October. If you want to read some more information about those guys, you can find it just in the stream information below. Hey Daz, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you enjoyed the race. It was quite an interesting, a very good send off for Lounsey. But yes, I don't know. Something struck me about that the second place car that got the cramps. He got the cramps. I don't know about that. That just struck me the wrong way. Anyway, without talking for too long about the V8 supercars, which is just finished in Bathurst, we are sitting here in Ballina to complete our flight return to Sydney from the flight that we flew up yesterday. So yesterday we flew from Brisbane, almost over the top of Ballina, down to Sydney, turned the aircraft around and flew it to Ballina. Today, after watching the race, we're now going to operate the flight from Ballina back to Sydney, and then I don't know, maybe we'll head home. We'll head back to Brisbane or to the Gold Coast, not knocking anything over, or somewhere else, depending on what we all want to do. Okay, so we are sitting here in Yankee Foxtrot Charlie, which is one of Virgin Australia's new 737-800s. As you can see here, we are in the lovely township of Ballina. The ortho scenery I have for this region isn't really super high definition. It is only zoom level 14, I think, so it is rather low. But you kind of get the idea about where we are here on the coast, which is really quite nice and quite a challenging little airport to fly in and out of. We are quite heavy tonight, so we'll go through the normal procedure of going through the flight plan, setting the aircraft up, reviewing the charts, briefing and getting underway as per usual. So what we'll do is now we'll go through and have a look at a little bit of a look at the flight plan. Okay, so as you can see here, we are operating Virgin Australia flight 11:42 from Ballina through to Sydney on the 7th of October. One thing I need to double check is it's 17, so it's 7:30. So I've just adjusted the time a little bit back an hour. Just need to remember that for our weather. So we are operating to Sydney, so it's about an hour and 3 in the flight, requiring just over 3 tonnes of fuel. We are taking a slight contingency there in an alternate. The weather in Sydney is a bit touch and go at the moment, so we've got one of those. We've also got our 30-minute fixed reserve. So all in all, about just shy of 6.3 tonne. Just over 6.2. So requiring only about 6 plus the taxi there gives us a ramp fuel of about 6.2 tonnes. If we look next to my head there, you'll see that we've got 6.3 on board, just a little bit more than what we need. The zero fuel weight for our flight today, we're just a B's deck under 60 tonnes, so we are quite heavy out of Ballina. So we won't be doing a D-rate or anything like that, but we'll speak about that a little bit later on. With the fuel on board minus the taxi gives us a takeoff weight or a blast-off weight of 66 tonne. So we are under that max landing weight of 66.3 by about 345, 350 kilos, which is fine. And then we should be landing around 63 tonnes. Don't worry about the schedule there because I have adjusted the flight a little bit, so we're not flying into the evening quite so early. So we move down here to the shear rate. This is basically how smooth our cruise segment of the flight will be. For those of you who have flown with me many times know that anything over about 6 means that we're going to have some bumps in the flight. Being level 2, we can expect a fairly smooth cruise, and we are cruising at about 38,000 feet, and the wind up there is 271 at 31, so we're going to have a bit of a headwind on the way down to Sydney. Looking at our alternate setup here, we've got our route for Canberra should we need it. and we've also got the fuel required for either turning back to the Gold Coast or continuing down to Melbourne. Don't need to worry about that contingency there. This is the business end of the flight plan. I'll come back to this when we go to start setting up the FMC. Alrighty, and this is our flight plan. This shows us our estimated time between each waypoint, estimated time en route, as well as our elapsed time, as well as the fuel that we should expect over the top of each waypoint. So I'll reference that a couple of times throughout the flight just to make sure that we are tracking to plan. The next one should be our Sydney to Canberra. This is our primary alternate flight plan, so it makes it very easy for us just to keep going. Fly straight over the top of Sydney, or after our approach to 16 left, take off straight to Canberra, and it follows the same format. Okay, so looking at the important part here, we've got, excuse me, the weather. So looking at Ballina, so Yankee Bravo November Alpha, we've got the wind at 1. Ooh, hi, can you accept this route, please? Hugo 5, Hugo H62 Boree. I don't think that's from me. I just got a message. Hey, Corona 777, how you going, buddy? I just got a message from Brisbane. Telling me to go via Hugo, the Hugo 5 departure. I don't think he selected. I think he selected the wrong aircraft when he sent a private message. Yeah, really good, buddy. Really good. I don't know if you guys can. I can't move this. It's really annoying. Hi, can you accept this route? Hugo 5, Hugo H62 Cookie. That's a Brisbane to Sydney route. Just the ATC, the Brisbane Centre, who's online at the moment, just messaged me directly asking me to accept a route from Brisbane down to Sydney, so that's not right. Anyway, continuing on with our analysis here. Corona, I'm really good, buddy. I hope you're doing really well. We're just going through the flight plan for our briefing today, and then we'll get the aircraft configured up and get airborne. So we know the weather's pretty good here. The wind is 109, so we'll use runway 06. It'll just be a slight 40-degree offset for the wind there off the right-hand side. We've got good visibility. There's nothing we really need to worry about. The temperature 22, dew point 15. It's interesting. It's 15 degrees here at the moment. Let me just double check here. We're using the NOAA plugin for this one today, and I just want to double check here. You guys can see it as well. Ballina 21 and 14, yet the aircraft's saying it's 15 degrees at the moment. QNH 1017. So this is the first time we're using the NOAA weather plugin. So we're just going to see how it goes for the flight today. Yeah, let me just double check here. Okay, let me just get the NOAA weather plugin reset up. So enable, apply and save. So disable and enable. Let's see if that altimeter fixes up very soon. Whiskey for you tonight. Well, we've got the beer at the moment, so that's not going down too bad. Alright. We might just... Oh yeah, that just fixed up too. Okay, so it is working, but 15 degrees. We'll keep an eye on the we'll see how we go. Okay, QNH 1017, which sounds about right. This airport's about 15-20 feet above the ground. There's no TAF available, seeing it's such a small airport. Alright, more importantly, let's look at Sydney. So the weather from from the 7th at 0700, so this weather is about 37 minutes old. Good morning, Captain. This is a mighty beard, I must say. Thanks, Citizen. Yeah, look at that, buddy. It's very soon I'll be able to, just stroke it and then pull it up. And I'll be able to fly in VR by stroking my beard. I think my partner would leave me if I had a beard that long. But anyway, so the weather for Sydney is about 37 minutes old, now 38 minutes old. We can see that the wind is 220 at 26, so they're probably using runway 16 still. The visibility's come down to 7,000, down to 7,000 metres. There's showers of rain in the area. There's some low cloud, few at 700 feet, scattered at 1,500 feet, broken at 2,500 feet, temperature 15, dew point 14, QNH 1017, so very similar to here in regards to the QNH. Looking a little bit further on for Sydney, we're going to have that wind swing around and become quite gusty. So the wind's going to swing around to the left a little bit. It's going to pick up a bit too. So we're going to have 22 knots gusting 32 knots. So that's going to make it interesting. That visibility is going to come up a little bit, but we're going to have rain in the area. We're going to have some cloud in the area. Looking from the 07 at 1200, so a little bit later on, again it's going to be raining. Looking for much later on, again more rain, and then starting to fine up much later on. There is a tempo active for now until we land, so we are carrying an alternate. Between the 0600 and 12, which is right now, that was about an hour and a bit ago. Visibility coming down to 4,000 meters, rain and scattered cloud at 100 feet. And we've got an interactive for much later as well. So yeah, the weather, it's not shit or shite, but it's definitely on its way, which is the kind of weather we like, right? Yeah, this is the actual meta. This flight plan was created about 15 minutes ago. Yeah, it's definitely accurate. So with the tempo active and the interactive there, the inter not active, but with the state of the weather and the tempo there, we are carrying an alternate for Canberra. So Canberra, if you don't know the terrain, the flight plan a little bit, it's just a little bit further to the southwest and inland a little bit. I'll show you on the chart when we get there. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too bad, but it's about an hour and 2 minutes down there, so it should be good. So looking at Canberra, so again this weather is 39 minutes old. Wind out of the east there, or the southeast. Good visibility, nothing really to worry about. Good QNH. From later on, that will be in a couple of hours, 2.5 hours. I mean, the good visibility and scattered cloud to 2.5. Much later on, more cloud and becoming, yeah, a little bit of rain much later on. So nothing we really need to worry about. If we need to bust out to Canberra, it's fairly uneventful there. Looking for the Gold Coast, there's some showers of rain here, and looking for Melbourne is rather fine, but we won't be using those. Alrighty, so continuing on with a bit of the plan here, I do apologise for this being sideways. So we start at the top here at B&A, and the your yellow line you see is the direct line between Ballina and Sydney. The red is our flight plan route. And as you can see, we've pretty much got a slight headwind but major crosswind the whole way down to Sydney. Alrighty, so to give you a bit of context about where we are actually flying today, if we bring the chart up here, you can see the eastern seaboard of Australia here. I'll just zoom out a little bit. You can see there's Australia and New Zealand, and you can see that we're pretty much flying down the east coast here, from Ballina, where we are here, down to Sydney, and Canberra is just Canberra's about, I think that's Canberra just here. So if we need to divert, or Canberra's just there. If we need to divert, it's just going inland a little bit, and there's a lot of terrain here which shields Canberra from some of this weather, so it should be relatively straightforward should we need to divert, but we won't need to divert. Alrighty, well what I might do here, guys, is do a very quick checklist. So we got the aircraft off the previous crew, so and my FO has done some of the checks. So we'll do the basic check, and then we'll get up and underway. Bit of a check over there. Check there. He did the lights check and everything else, so we'll just go straight to AviTab charts 7.3 and the checklist. Actually, we don't even need to use that anymore, because we've got something else that's even better. They've inbuilt it into this aircraft. So if we go up there, you can see, wow, look at that. Okay, so oxygen tested 100% my side, tested 100% your side. The navigation transfer and display switches. Ooh. Stop using symbols. Ooh, what did it nail you for there? Sorry, buddy, I don't know why it did that. No, that's okay, buddy. No problem at all. Don't worry about it, buddy. You should be okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just Nightbot gets a little bit temperamental. She's very sensitive. So navigation transfer and display switches. That's these guys here. They're all normal and auto. Nah, Chrono, you've got nothing to worry about, buddy. No need to apologise. The window heat, we're looking up here for the 4 switches all along the back. It's James with AQ. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel, my friend. If you've got any questions, please shout out. So the window switches, the window heat switches are those 4 switches along the back there. The pressurization mode selector, that's this guy over here in the far reaches. He's on auto, and we'll take this opportunity now to set up our altitude here of 38,000 feet, and we can have 50 on the landing altitude there. That's our pressurization altitude, so the pressurization system knows the altitude that we're going to. Kind of a redundant functionality when you think you could just read off the flight management computer, and whatever you plug in there is what it would adjust. It's just, that's the way I think the Airbuses do it, but Boeing's a little bit more manual, and that's why we love it. Right. Okay, so the flight instruments. So heading. So I've got 199 my side, 199 your side. I've got 1017 here. I've got 1017 there on standby. And I've got 1017 on your side. The parking brake is set and the start levers are cut off. Pre-flight checklist is complete. Alrighty, so next it's time to configure or get the aircraft set up for the flight management computer. So I'll go ahead now and get the flight plan turned back on. We'll zoom in here to the flight management computer so you can all see it. So we are heading to Sydney today. We are velocity 1142, and I always forget. Velocity 1142. I have got a route that's been plugged in via PFPX, so we should be able to just plug this one in. BNK SID1, activate U, runway 06. Beautiful. We won't have any SIDs or stars for this departure, so we'll just climb out runway heading and then turn. So we just double check the route there. Gamble, Sand, Meehan, and then to Corky, Sudlow, then Boree, and then we would expect to jump on the Boree 6 arrival, or Boree 8 we're up to now. The 8 Alpha sorry, 8 Papa for runway 16, but we'll worry about that a little bit later on. Okay, so let's go now to the performance initialization page. So we're looking at the FMC data entry line here, which is this guy just here. So 0 fuel weight just there, we've got, we're just going to put 60 in, we're just going to round up. We've got a reserve of 2.7, cost index of 20, we're going up to 38,000 feet. The wind up at 38,000 feet is 271 at 31. And the temperature up there is a balmy negative 49. Alrighty, N1. Okay, so it is 15 degrees here. So we're going to chuck that in there. So Bellina is really quite short. I only think it's about 6,300 feet long, so it's short. And it's not a 45 metre width runway, it's a 30 metre width runway. So that can play on your on some of your visual aids there when you're landing. Not so much for when you're taking off. But what I'm trying to get at here is that we will not be using a D-rate for this airport. So we'll taxi up, do a nice, really sharp 180 degrees, brakes on, thrust up. When we get up to quite a high N1, we'll release the brakes and then rocket down the runway. But I'll talk about that when we get to the departure brief. Okay, so that's dry. The wind we said was 100 at 9. It is dry. We'll leave 1,000 foot as our acceleration height. Flaps 5 for our standard departure here gives us a trim of 4.85. That'll do. We've got 136, 138 and 148. The forums are down. What forums would that be, buddy? Okay, so that's that. We'll go now and put the cruise part in. The cruise part is right. 0.78/300 for the descent. X-Plane 11. They've been really slow as of late, James. I found that I've had to keep refreshing them every now and again, or hitting F5 to get them to show up. Okay, so the next part of what we're doing is putting the descent wind information in. This will give the autopilot, in theory, I don't know if it's modeled in the Zibo to be honest, better guidance at our vertical descent, in this case into Sydney. So we'll choose three levels under our flight level, so we'll just go a bit further than 1. So we'll use 300 as our first one. Oh, that's a 9, so 300 is the first one. One thing I did forget to do here is you and announce. So 300, we've got 220 and 150 set. Okay, the wind at 300 is 231 at 23, 231 at 23. The wind at flight level 220 is 194 at 16. The wind at 150 is 203 at 14. And we'll go ahead and execute that. Okay, so it's going to, let's say we're going to touch down with about 4 ton. The plan has us touching down with 3, so that's really good. That's exactly what we wanted to have. So we'll go ahead and get rid of you now. You say below, work in the airlines. What jobs, sir, if you don't mind me asking? So I'm one of the IT managers at Virgin Australia, so my team and I look after all the airports that we fly to, all the infrastructure and support agreements and setups that we have. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do next, guys, now is get the aircraft set up for our departure here. So I'm going to go ahead now and configure it. 206. When your reservation is missing, he's responsible. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way of looking at it. You smart ass. That's alright. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is just get the aircraft set up for our departure, and then I'll go ahead and brief the departure. So what that means is you're going to see me pulling a whole bunch of knobs and knockers here. Don't be alarmed if you don't know what I'm doing. I will be explaining it in just a few minutes. So we want 148. Oops, this zoom function for the mouse wheel gets me every time. 148, U062. We'll go up to 8. That'll give us some time, and we want 062. Your side down that side. Don't need to worry about you. We don't need to worry, we'll put you on ADF. Terrain. Go ahead and reset you. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready for a departure briefing. Alrighty, so guys, what's going to happen now is I'm going to do a departure briefing. So I'm going to explain a couple of things about how we're going to depart Bellina. If anyone has any questions throughout me explaining the departure brief, please shout out in the chat, and I'll answer your questions. Citizen, no, we are in X-Plane 11, so we're in the Zibo 737, which is a free iteration of the 737. And if you want to know how it compares to the PMD G73, it's probably about 80% of the 73, and it's free, completely free of charge. Which makes it very nice. Alrighty, so the departure brief. So we have reviewed the weather for this airport. We know that the weather conditions here are all good. There's nothing we really need to worry about. Weather in Sydney is a different story, which we've briefed. So there is going to be no pushback here. So we are in a drive-out bay, or a drive-in, drive-out bay, which means that we will start the engines on the bay here. No need for a pushback, and then we will apply some power, roll forward for about a metre, and then do a sharp right-hand turn. It's alright, buddy. You're more than welcome if you need anything. So I have got the ground chart up here, and one of the things we need to be aware of is this little guy just here. So A320s and Boeing 737 aircraft use taxiway Bravo as the preferred access for taxiing into and out of parking. So if we look here, you can see we're just here, and taxiway Alpha is that guy just there behind that seat, but we need to keep turning around and we need to go out on taxiway Bravo. So speaking of that, we're going to be taxiing onto Bravo. We'll be then turning left onto runway 0, heading left down to 06. We'll do a U-turn on 06, and then we'll take off 06 for runway heading. So what that does mean is it is my takeoff, left-hand seat takeoff. So you guys on stream, I'll get you to monitor my actions, and if anyone sees anything on stream during the takeoff, excuse me, too many beers today. If anyone sees anything on stream that they don't think's quite right, please by all means type it out and send it to me. I'll have a quick look at it during the takeoff roll and assess whether we need to do anything. It is a flaps 5 departure, which means there is no derate for here. We're going to be balls to the wall and flaps 5 and rocketing all the way out of Ballina. So anything up to 0, from 0 knots up to 80 knots, just like I said, sing out, and I'll assess whether we abort. From 80 knots through to V1, I'm only going to abort for either an engine failure or a loss of control of the aircraft. If we don't have if we have a problem after V1, we're going to take the problem into the sky. So what that means is, if we change the charts here to Whiskey Departure, Gibson's transition. Why don't you have as many viewers as Matt? You deserve 100. Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate it. Well, I'm only relatively, I guess, new. I think Matt's been going for years. I've only been going since April, so slowly getting there. But I appreciate the comment. Thanks anyway, buddy. I really do appreciate it. So we do have a problem with the aircraft that we take into the sky after V1. I have got the aircraft already configured for, well, as best as I can, for the RNAV X-ray, which is the chart you see here. So what we'll do is, we know from the flight plan review that we're about 300 kilos under our max landing weight. So that means we don't have to stay up there burning fuel. We can just come straight back and land. So speaking of that, you can see that we're on the coast here. So our ultimate goal here is, if you look at the chart, you'll see up here on the top right hand corner, we've got a 5 for our minimum safe altitude. We have a 5,000 foot minimum safe altitude in this northwest side of the airport. But if you look on the other side of the airport, it's only 2,000 feet. So what we'll do is, if we have a problem after V1, we take it into the sky, but we have to come back to Ballina. We will do a series of right-hand turns to utilise that only 2,000 foot minimum safe altitude, and we'll come back and do the RNAV X-ray approach into runway 06. So basically, I would take off, I'd come down the coast here and jump on the RNAV from Opami, and just fly the RNAV approach straight back into runway 06. Really simple. People have a prejudice against bearded captains. Oh no, quick, I better go put it on Be Right Back and go shave it off. Or drunk captains, right? Okay, so speaking of terrain, we know that there's a 5,000 foot section in the northwestern part of the airfield, but the rest of the airfield, or the northwestern part of the area, but the other part is okay. So we've got Centre online at the moment, but we'll contact Centre Airborne once we get away, so we don't have to do anything right now. All we need to do is jump on their frequency and advise that we're taxiing for Sydney. Okay, guys, if anyone's got any questions about the departure brief, which is now completed, please let me know, or forever hold your peace. Oh, Toronto, wow. This is a VATSIM flight, Citizen A firm, yeah. Okay, get rid of the chart. We can get rid of the flight plan. So we will have live ATC. So one of the things I'll do now is queue that up. So 1333 is, I think, the one we want. I probably got that wrong, but we'll go 1333 there anyway. Whoops, 1330. We'll just put some panel lights on. It is a little bit dark there, just a smidge. Read your story. God bless you and your family. Ha, Karita, thanks very much, buddy. I do appreciate the support. It's in Fanatics since 2005, but I never ventured into the Southern Hemisphere, I must admit. Oh, you're an EU pilot. And Citizen, I have never really ventured into EU. So, there you go, buddy. We should swap. Okay, so we'll put the seatbelt sign on. Okay, with the completion of the takeoff briefing, the aircraft is now configured to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to jump into VR, and we'll get underway. So I need to get my rudder pedals. My rudder pedals are the only controller I use for flying in VR. Alrighty. Grab my headset, my trusty Oculus Rift. Alrighty, so what you guys are going to see is you're going to see the screen go black here for just a minute. That one there. And then we're going to start the lovely VR. So there, and enable VR. So give me 1 sec, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you guys can see it. Please let me know if you can't. Hopefully I've got two controllers. Can you see it? Yeah, cool. Oh, have I got a dead... Nope, there it is. There we go. We are in VR. There we go. So, let me just get a couple of things here organised. So, oops, not that one. That one. So, we need to go to monitor 2. Grab you guys so I can see ya. Chuck you just there. Pin you. Chuck you out as well. And chuck you just there so I can see ya. Just there. We'll put the ground chart on and close you. And just zoom you in just a smidge. Turn you there. Close you. I don't know if you guys can see the chart at all at the moment. And we'll just chuck you back on there. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead now and get the aircraft ready to go. We can see everything. Awesome, buddy. Okay, so we're going to close the door and say goodbye to all the punters. See you later, guys. And fuel pump's on. We don't have anything in the center tank, so that's okay. Okay, alrighty, let's get cranking. So we are ready for a checklist. Actually, no, we're going to have. It's not going to be VNav. It's going to be a VNav and heading select is going to be that. Alrighty, so we've got before start checklist. We've got 6.2 tons as per the plan, and the fuel pumps are on. No need for anything on the center tank because the center tank is empty. Windows are locked my side, locked your side. The MCP. So I've got 148, which is our V2 speed, 062, which is our heading, runway heading, and 8,000 initially as our climb out. The takeoff speeds, we've got 136, 138, and 148. The city pre-flight is completed. The trim is free and 0. That's these guys just here. The taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed to the line. Below the line, the flight deck door is closed and locked, and the anti-collision light is on before start checklist is complete. Alrighty, well we are clear to start. There's no pushback required, so let's go ahead and kick off the timer and start her up. So packs come off. We turn the air conditioning packs off to the cabin, which gives us more air to start the engines, and then we'll start number 2. So you can see number 2, N2 booting up first, which is the second stage of the engine, the internal part. Okay, we've got oil pressure now. And we're going to inject fuel at 25 N2. It's 24 and 25, fuel coming in now. Starter cutout, so the engine has become self-sufficient now and is continuing to start up on its own. And that's a good start on engine 1. Let's correction, engine 2. Let's start 1. Fogging up a little bit in here. Whew, I never really fog up in my headset. And there's 25 fuel coming in. Starter cutout. Okay, looks like we've got a good start on 1 there. So, flaps 5, There we go, flaps 5. Buses on. Probes on. Bleeds on, packs on. You stay auto. Recalls checked. Control check. Watch your knees, everyone. And rudder right, center, rudder left, center. There we go, we've got a green light there on the flaps. Okay, so the before taxi checklist. The generators are on, the probe heat is on, the anti-ice is not required, the isolation valve is auto. The engine start switches, we don't need them on continuous for this aircraft. Recalls checked, auto brakes are RTO. The engine start levers are idle detent. The flight controls have been checked and the dispatch clearance is checked. Before taxi checklist is complete. I'm setting my flaps only during taxi. No, citizen, you want to get the aircraft completely set up, ready to go, control surfaces and all before you start taxiing. Okay, we'll switch over to Brisbane Centre now, and I'm just going to put a quick window up here for us. And we just need to drag, disable FSE, and drag you down there. Okay, right to go. Brisbane Centre... Oops. What are we? Velocity 1142. Brisbane Centre and all stations, Ballina. Velocity 1142, IFR 737-800, taxis runway 06 for Sydney.
Velocity 1142, Brisbane Centre, g'day, Squawk 4163, no reported traffic, QNH 1017, report
Squawk 4163, no FI traffic, and 1017 will call you airborne, velocity 1142. I'm only using wrong checklist. That's alright. All good, citizen. Each airline might be slightly different. Okay, let's get going. So taxi light on, APU is off, we're clear left, and we're turning right. So brakes are off, thrusting up.
Yeah, 362, contact Brisbane Centre 1205.
And straight onto the turn.
1205,
See you later, Ballina.
Velocity 947 from Glen cleared ILS runway 01.
We're turning inside the turn radius there, which is good. And that's Alpha just there, which is bad. Bravo is just here, so we're good to go.
Brisbane Centre, corner star 45, ready for stall clearance.
Velocity 545, start clearance. What pressure corner
Okay.
545, start clearance.
It is a very short taxi here, so we need to give the crew in the back, the cabin crew, enough time to get the cabin ready. So we're just going to go to idle power there and slowly turn in.
Cleared 45 Alpha, runway 25 and flight level 250, my position, corner star 45.
Close 545, that's 38 Alpha.
48 Alpha, Qantas 545.
Alrighty, so the cabin is not ready yet, so we're going to sit here and hold. We don't want to find ourselves in a situation where we are entering the runway ready to go and the cabin crew in the back are not ready. So I'm just going to have another beer while we wait. Yeah, hurry up in the back there. That's funny. Okay, the crew are now ready in the back, so before takeoff checklist, the flaps are 5, green light, and stabilizer trim is 4.85 units set. Before takeoff checklist complete, strobes are on, you're on, traffic is on. Traffic Ballina, velocity 1142, IFR 737-800 now lines up runway 06. You're a hard master there, citizen. Okay, so we're clear on the approach and we're clear right. The runway landing lights are on. Um,
Dynasty 53 leaving airspace 1, Unicom 122, that's 1, get it back.
Unicom 1228, thanks. Perfect, thanks.
Jeez, you fly for a serious airline there, citizen. I love flying into these little airports, they're cute. Oh, what have we got there? Someone's, we got company traffic. Someone's starting in Bellina with us. Stream snipers, that's right. They know where we are. Quick, I need to put a delay on the stream. Alrighty. Get in there nice and tight.
Good evening, Velocity 999 on 1120, passing 270.
Velocity 999 Brisbane Centre, g'day, Mark 410.
81410, Velocity 999.
Whew. That'll do. You're on. Okay. All stations Bellina, velocity 1142 IFR 737 800. Now departs runway 06, departing for the east. Traffic Bellina. Okay, let's get going. So thrust up. Watching both engines come up together up to 40.
947 wants to establish contact with Tower 1.
Which they have. Punch it.
Oh, one.
Brakes are on. Brakes released. Grab a bit of forward pitch on the yoke there. Take off thrust set. Tight little airport this one. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Yeehaw! Hey Jim, how you doing, buddy? Deer on the runway. Oh Jesus! Scared the shit out of me. I need to change that saying. Gurada, I think that. Sorry, I missed your name there. Thank you so much for the host, buddy. Welcome. 1000, accelerate. Laps 1. We'll just keep tuning out here over the. Actually, we might do a turn to the right here. Laps up. Do a nice climbing turn to the right here. Out over the ocean here, and that gets us away from that terrain at 5,000, which it got dark, which we had to the northwest of the airfield there, and we got a contact centre now. So legs, that's not the one I wanted, that's the one I wanted. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the autopilot on now. Gamble. And your right touch controller is low, battery is low. Okay, copy that, thank you. Progress. Brisbane Centre, g'day again, velocity 1142 is airborne 4,700, tracking direct gamble, estimate gamble at time 0702 Zulu. Oh, that's wrong. Damn it. That's not the right time. We adjusted the time.
Velocity 1142, Bristol 7, g'day, identified. Flight level 380, cleared to Sydney via Gamble plan route.
Flight level 380, cleared to Sydney via Gamble plan route, velocity 1142. Sorry guys, give me 1 sec. I'm not ignoring anyone on stream. It's just a little bit busy here for a second. And then I'll be all with you. Okay, so after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gear is up and off, and flaps are up, no lights. After takeoff checklist is complete. We'll let the crew up. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Oh, SSFF SS19 1919. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Alrighty. I read a report of a flight that ended barely. The guy turned too soon to a close runway. What are you guys talking about? Was there an accident or something? Okay, after takeoff checklist. It's a bit. Oh, the 747 crashed like 15 years ago. Ah, okay, there were a couple of those a few years ago. Alrighty, we'll go on to weather. Oh, my damn, my dogs have got little dog hairs that, for some reason, if I leave my headset on the ground, my dog comes in and she touches it, and then she gets dog hair in it. It makes my nose itchy. Okay, standard, standard. Lights are off. We'll let the guests up now. It's pretty smooth sailing. There we go, and passing through 10,400. Now, check. Oh, that's, Jim, are you talking about the two that were cleared for runways, like crossing runways? Is that the one you were talking about? Alrighty, so what we can do actually here is get rid of you. We'll turn that off, and we'll bring you guys down here and zoom you out a little bit, bring you up a little bit. There we go. You're now my FO's on the right side of the aircraft. Oh, it's a different one than I think. Yeah. I've got a brand new iPhone sitting next to my beer that I can't see in VR. I'm just going to move that to the other side of the table. Alrighty, up we go. So for those of you that have just joined the stream, welcome to the stream. I'm DJ Sean. I'm a charity streamer. I do this to raise money and awareness for various charities throughout the month. This month we're raising money with 100% of your donation going through to the Red Cross Australia, which is a fantastic organisation. You can find all the information about that just below the stream. I gotta get this. How do you see chat while flying? I would have been flying in VR a long time ago. Gradler. I don't know how to say your name properly, I'm so sorry, but so the Oculus, I've tried a lot of VR headsets, and Oculus is by far one of the best ones, and the Oculus Dash Beta allows you to grab stuff and bring it into VR just like this. So I've got a Restream chat that I use, and that's just the chat window that I bring in, as well as my charts. How do you say that? Is it just growl? 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 I'm so bad at names. It's amazing. Can we agree on it? So what I'll do is I'll say something and we'll agree on it. So can I call you Growl? He's totally like unfollow. He can't say my name properly. Ah, dear. Oh, Adler. Okay, we'll call Adler. You have to call me Dragon. Alrighty, guys.
Altitude again, corner 5.5.
Guys in the chat, can someone give me a meta for Sydney, please?
545, 9 at that.
If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, if you do exclamation mark METAR space Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee YSSY, you should be able to get me updated weather for Sydney. Thank you, here you go. And welcome to the stream, my friend. So Sydney, what do we got there? Drizzle about 230 at 23 knots, good visibility, a little bit of rain. Scattered at 1600 feet, overcast at 2200 feet. Ooh. Okay. Here you go. So we're flying from Ballina, which is a very popular tourist destination, to Sydney, Sydney International. Adela, in the Oculus settings, you'll have one of the tabs for the dash, and you'll have participate in dash beta. Click that; it'll restart, download the beta, and then you'll be able to do it. Okay, so we've obviously gone from drought into a very good rain season here. Good old Ortho 4XP. If you download it for during different seasons, you can see a fundamental difference in drought years versus El Nino years. Hey mate, just went to watch your streams, but you're hosting. I'm hosting? I shouldn't be hosting. Oh, Adela. Oh no, Grau, okay. Adela, by all means ask as many questions as you want, buddy. You're more than welcome to. This aircraft did a really shit job of going to that waypoint. Host in full... how do you stream full screen? Don't you normally... Doesn't everyone normally just stream full screen there, Adela? X-Plane 11's only about $60, I think, Citizen. But it's like any hobby, you know. Whoops, that's the wrong button to push. You spend $60 on just the simulator, but then you end up spending, you know, hundreds of dollars on add-ons and bits and pieces for it. So yeah. Oh, in VR, so you use the Oculus Mirror software, which you can find in one of your Oculus folders. And you just make sure that's running, and then choose that as the window when you're streaming software, and that's it. Oh, here you go. So I work for Virgin Australia. I'm one of their national managers there. So my team look after all our airports that we fly to. Well, that's right, Citizen. I mean, you can buy Prepared 3D, for example, for $60 or whatever it is, and then go out and spend $250 on a 747-800 or -8, sorry. So yes, I totally understand where you're coming from. You're more than welcome, buddy. Now that you're airborne, I have a tech question. How much P3D benefits from X-Plane 11? I'm talking about FPS. I'm tired of having 20 FPS with hardware-worthy 3000 every time I enable high details. Well, Citizen, you got to remember, in Prepared 3D over FSX, high is actually maximum back in the FSX days. So you've actually taken a step up by having everything up as high or mirroring FSX. So you're actually going up a bit further than what you would have had traditionally. X-Plane is a bit like Prepared 3D at the moment. Are you talking about FSX? Okay, well FSX doesn't... Yeah, FSX is just a pain in the ass, full stop there, Citizen. It's... You know, it's not built for any of the more modern hardware, so your $3,000 system can't utilise... Sorry, FSX can't utilise all the new technology.
Velocity 999 knots, current approach to Alpha, runway 0.
So X-Plane within the next couple of patches will move to Vulcan, which only does about 30% of the calls that this simulator and Prepared currently use. So if you think about it, we should have way better performance with the Vulcan update in X-Plane 11 once it comes. Adler, thank you so much for the follow, buddy. Hopefully that's where my webcam is. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for the follow. X-Plane, the thing that lets X-Plane down is the weather system. They really need to do better. They really need to spend some time on the weather system.
The $999, you know, like $60 from everyone.
Yeah.
The 999
Higo, have you tried the demo for X-Plane? Yeah, Citizen, it's yeah, you're right, and I love X-Plane for that very reason. Coming into a runway where you can look down it and you can see it following the curvature of the Earth or all that sort of stuff. Okay, we have clouds. Is fantastic. The problem is though, the X-Squawkbox client that I use to connect my simulator to VATSIM is so old that I have to disable that, otherwise I have aircraft that float through the sky. So the next version of Swift, which is the new VATSIM client that comes out, should fix that problem. 130. Sure, Higo, yeah, absolutely, that is a bit annoying. What are those? Do you like the clouds, guys? I'm trialing some different clouds. What do you reckon?
All stations, Brisbane Centre back in 2 minutes.
Brisbane Centre back in 2 minutes. Yeah, copy that, Citizen. Yes, FSX can't simulate that. That's right. Yeah, here you go, that's fine, but if you've got any questions or anything like that, please shout out. This is rather an advanced aircraft to fly, but if you have any questions about any of the systems or the overhead panels or anything like that, or flying in general, please let me know. Interesting that we have no wind. Very interesting. I don't think, so we are using the NOAA plugin, but I dare say it's, whoops, I jumped sides. Whoopsie. I'm now FO. God, it feels weird being over this side of the aircraft. There we go. Karina 777, thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. Get some sleep, buddy, and I'll see you again really soon. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. I really appreciate it. Says Adley, even sleep. Climb, baby. The thing I like about X-Plane is they've done a really fantastic job of bringing VR into the sim. I've got to hand it to them. The team that did that, I've done a far superior job of bringing it into X-Plane than Prepared have done bringing virtual reality into that platform. Turn you off. Citizen, no problems at all, buddy. Speaking of which, though, I probably need to do a bit of a check here. Where are we going? B&K to Sydney. I just need to do a quick fuel check, guys, before I forget. Okay, so let's chuck you there. Actually, we'll chuck you just there.
And his name is John C.
Higo through at 6:30. Thank you so much for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the stream. As I said before, you're more than welcome to ask any questions you'd like. Okay, so we're going to do our fuel check here. So Gamble, we wanted to be over the top of Gamble with 5.1. Gamble, we were over there at 5.2. Sand, we're estimating 3.8. And Sand, we're going to be at 3.9, that's telling us. So we're about plus 100 up on the plan, which is really good. It's a really good place to be at. No, it doesn't have it there. So we'll go ahead and get rid of it. There we go. Okay, well, we got some weather there. 230 at 23, good visibility, some drizzle. Scattered to 1600, overcast at 2200, 16 degrees. There's a tempo active now, 4,000 meters in rain, broken at 1,000 feet. From 0800 Zulu, which is now moderate turbulence below 5,000. Can you please tell me how did your FPS changed? As in the switch from FSX to X-Plane? Turn you off. It should be quite good. Have I got my beer there? Yes, I do. Oh dear. Is there anyone on the stream that maybe hasn't seen VR before in X-Plane, or has any questions, or is contemplating getting VR for their flight sim? Please, I'm more than willing to talk to you about it. Or I've had almost every headset available. I've also got the Pimax 5K and 8K, or 5K Plus now, as Kickstarters, so they'll be coming very soon. So I can definitely let you know how all those are. But yeah, please shout out if anyone's got any questions. Hardly sleep. I know how you feel, Adler. Oh, okay. Yeah, FSX. Buddy, if you... Yeah, Citizen, the step from FSX to prepared 3D 64-bit is a pretty big leap in itself, and will be more than suitable for you to maybe get discounted upgrades or something like that to transition to prepared. X-Plane is a really different jump. Yeah, yeah. James is right. It's a little bit of a learning curve.
Velocity 1149 Brisbane, you with me.
Yeah, go ahead for. Correction, we're 1142. Disregard. Oh shit. Did he say 1149 or 1142? I'm just going to call him and just see what he said. Senator, our apologies. Was that for velocity 1142?
Velocity 1142 negative was for 1149, but star clearance available if you want it.
Yeah, go ahead for 1142.
Velocity 1142 rivet to arrival runway Christian Boring 8 Alpha arrival runway 251 ready descent flight level 250.
The Bori 8 Alpha arrival for runway 25 when ready descend to flight level 250 velocity 1142. I didn't think runway 25 in Sydney had an ILS. Which clouds are you using? So I'm using some clouds. They're what's oh my god, I've just forgotten. What are they called? I've just changed them. Oh, Adler, give me a minute to think about it. Do they look okay? They flicker a little bit. I'm not wild about that. We're just going to chuck you guys back up there for a second. And I'm going to grab you, Sydney charts. taxi chart, we're going to need
Bravo control service terminated.
that guy there, so we'll bring you in there. We're going to need a approach for runway 25. Oh yeah, there's an
Yeah,
ILS for
please.
25. I stand corrected, I'll shut up.
Oscar Victor Bravo
And the
control
star
service
is a
terminated.
Bori 8 Alpha. I think he means 8 Papa. I don't think the 8 Alpha is for runway 25, is it? Maybe it is. Oh yeah, 25, yeah it is. Okay. We'll put you there. We'll leave you up now because I'm going to have to do some work. Put you back there. Alright, let me just get this configured up guys and then I'll be right with you. Legs, using reserve fuel. I know you're having a bit of a conniption here. Alright, let's go ahead, chuck you there. Whoops, wrong one. No, stop. That one, that one. Just gonna move myself back just a smidgen here, guys. Because I am, there we go. That guy there. Zoom you in. So what I'm doing is just getting the aircraft configured for our arrival. So just excuse me here for a second until I get everything set up. Yeah, cool. Okay, that looks good. We'll go ahead now and... Oops, that's what I wanted to do. Zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so we had Bori, Becklow at 8,000, Burlow at 9,000 or below, it's Ovis, and then we go... Yeah, I need to double check that. I used to work at Melbourne for a few years, buddy. It was good fun. From Bori, turn to Becklow, cross Becklow at or above 8,000, track 159 to Burlow, cross Burlow on 9, track 158 to Ovis, track 158 to TSAT. Expect radar vectors. Okay, so Ovis, and then we go to TSAT. I knew that wasn't right. Ovis and Jelly is the start of that one, so we need to go to TSAT. TSAT. That's it. And then we go U. That's better. That's better. Okay, so progress. We're going to land with 3.1. Melbourne's got a Sydney's got a curfew. It finishes its operations at 11 PM and doesn't start till 6 AM. So Melbourne is a 24-hour party though. 3.1, turn you on. What did we take off with? I think it's going to land with 63.1 from memory. If my maths is any good. Yeah, 63.1. 63.1. Land with you. Auto brakes 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, here is just get the aircraft configured for our arrival. So what I'm going to do is I will do a arrival briefing, but let me just get the aircraft configured first, and then I'll walk you all through what I've done.
All stations, Brisbane 7 now closed. One vehicle, 1228, g'day.
Oh, 1228. Okay, copy that. 242. That's right, guys. I'll do your side. No worries. 242. We will clear to 25. Whoops. Wrong button. Yeah, that's good. 250 set. We want 242 and 270. $270 is set. My sim is looking cool. You got it all set up, James, nice the way you want it? Okay. Alrighty guys, what we want to do now is a arrival briefing, so that way I don't forget it. So, we have been cleared the Bori 8 Alpha arrival, so there is a speed restriction here. This is chart 11-2, effective the 24th of May. It has a speed restriction here of 250 knots below 10,000, which is what we've got. So it calls for us to head to Bori, which we've got set here. So we've got Bori just here. It's then got Beklo at or above 8,000. We've got Beklo at or above 8,000. The next one is Burlo at or below 9,000, which we've got set there. Then we've got Ovals, and then we want Gentle, and then TSAT. Or obviously we go straight to TSAT, which is what we've got there. But we should expect vectors for the approach onto runway 25. Speaking of runway 25, this is the chart for runway 25. It's chart 11-6, effective the 24th of May for the ILS for runway 25. It has an approach course of 242 degrees, which we've got there set 242, 242, and 1097, which I've forgotten to do. Don't hate me. And we've got 242 set here, 242 set there, and 1097, which is set just there. It has a decision height of 270 feet, which we've got set just there. It's going to be a flaps 40 landing with a VREF of 139, so it's going to be +5 on that for the wind. So we're going to be flying flaps 40 at 144 knots down the approach. James, I am monitoring Unicom 1228, yep, and it's just there. Oh, I got someone trying to talk to me, 11:49. Is that you, James? Okay, so looking at that, we know that within the radius of 10 nautical miles from the airport, we've got a lower safe of 2,700. If I do cock up the approach and we have to go around, the missed approach is track 242, climb to 3,000 or directed via ATC. So it's just climb straight ahead to 3,000 feet. We've got auto brakes too here, so runway 25 is this guy just here on the right side. We're going to come down here and maybe we'll pull up before the crossing runway and then we can just loop round onto Golf, but if not, we'll jump off on Alpha and then Golf, cross runway 16 left and Golf to the bay. We know the weather conditions out down there are wet, so we just have to keep that in the back of our mind that we'll be landing on a wet runway and expect a few bumps there below 5,000 feet. So that seatbelt sign might come on a little bit earlier than normal. Alrighty guys, that completes the arrival brief. If anyone's got any questions about it, please let me know. You're all too too kind there, Jem. You're too kind. Alrighty, what have we got here? When's our descent? 32. In about 8 minutes. Alright, well, can someone give me an updated weather for Sydney? Can someone give me the meta for Sydney again, guys, please? Well, 11:49. Okay, so Sydney 070, so 800, 220 at 23. Okay, some rain down there and overcast. Yeah, okay. Temperature 16, okay. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to talk to the guests in the back here and just say a couple of quick words to them. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, your captain speaking. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you aboard Virgin Australia Flight 1142 down to Sydney. Well, we are very much established in our cruise part of the flight now, and the computer says we'll have our top of descent starting in just under 7 minutes. The weather for our arrival is looking a little bit rainy down there in Sydney with some low cloud and a temperature of 16 degrees. The box says we'll have you touching down there at about 3 minutes to the hour, and we should have you on the bay shortly after that. ATC has advised us that there is some turbulence down there below 5,000 feet, so we might have the seatbelt sign on there a little bit earlier than normal. Make sure everyone is securely fastened down for those few bumps that we might encounter on our descent into Sydney. Well, that's probably all you'll hear from us now unless something does change. We do appreciate you choosing to fly Virgin Australia this evening, and we trust that you've had a pleasant flight. Thank you and good evening. Okay, back with you guys. Here you go, it's fairly standard, workload permitting for pilots not to talk to the passengers until almost top of descent. Most polite pilot ever. Shameless plug for Virgin. You noticed. We have no wind up here. We have zero wind. Hopefully we have weather when we get to Sydney, because if we don't, I'm going to be pissed. Is that coffee you have there black, or did you add sugar? It's right there. It's my coffee right there. Oh, Brisbane Centre is now online. Let's just have a quick look here. Brisbane Centre. I got Brisbane Tower, Sydney Approach, Sydney Tower. I don't have Brisbane on. What do we got here? 1, 2, 6. Let's see if we can get the ATIS. Pick up the ATIS from Sydney.
In Foxtrot. Sydney terminal in Foxtrot winds 223 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Sky conditions, clouds good at 1,700, broken 2,500. Overcast at 3,000. Temperature 162.13, QH 1017. Sydney terminal information Foxtrot.
Information Foxtrot.
Information Foxtrot wind at 223 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Sky conditions, clouds good at 1,700, broken 2,500. Overcast at 3,000. Temperature 162.13, QH 1017. Sydney terminal information Foxtrot.
Information Foxtrot. Might as well not even live in real life. Yeah, Gem, I am. It is really something else to be flying in VR. Yeah, it looks so cool. You guys are seeing this on a flat monitor, and it does it no justice. Absolutely no justice whatsoever. It's funny, in the heat of battle when I'm on an approach and it's a lot of high workload, and you know, there's weather, there's vectoring, there's other aircraft, all that sort of stuff, and I'm into it, my brain disconnects from the fact that I'm in VR and thinks I'm in the real fucking thing. And then I land and I lift up my headset, and I'm bitterly disappointed by the fact I'm sitting in my office. Or when in those situations, I had that situation a little not so long ago where I was operating, I was starting to get a little bit anxious because I was really starting to operate at the max of my level with everything that was going on, and I was like, holy shit, what happens if I fuck this up? What happens if we crash? And then I had to think to myself, oh, hang on, I'm sitting in my office, it's okay. Good old VR playing some mind games on you. Alrighty, well let's do the descent checklist before we start our descent, make sure that everything's good. Alrighty, descent checklist. We got pressurization, landing altitude is 50 feet, recalls checked, auto brake is level 2. Landing data, we've got a VREF of 139, flaps 40, the minimum is 270 feet. The approach briefing is complete. descent checklist is complete. And approach is the next one we want, 1244. There we go, 1244. Jem, well, we've got a bit of crappy weather into Sydney coming up, so on this flight, so hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it works. I'll be pissed off if it doesn't. But if it doesn't, I'll just quickly switch weather systems or weather engines and use something else. But yeah, we should be okay. I mean, the weather. The problem with Australian flying is we typically have a lot of good weather, which is really annoying. Better drink that coffee before we land. I don't want it to spill everywhere. Ah, dear. Okay, we're approaching top of descent, which will be in just a couple of short minutes, I imagine. Top of descent at 34, yeah, in 2 minutes. Yeah, the weather has been quite bad here in Sydney, very much so. ACARS, ADIS requests, YSSY. I wonder if this works. Let's go send. Let me see if I get a VFH response. Oh, I did. Hey, there we go. 220 at 22, gusting 32. Yeah, it's the same as what we've briefed before. Oh, we got some traffic 3,000 feet off to our left. Plus 3,000 feet to our left. Up, clouds are back. And there is descent. What were you expected for Sydney approach? I was doing, oh, weather's gone again. I'm doing a Boreate Alpha arrival for runway 25, and I'll contact Sydney approach at 50 miles actually. Fix SY /50/10. Clouds are back. Do you reckon the clouds look alright? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this bloody weather though. We might scrap the NOAA weather plugin here because it's not giving me the proper winds at all. So configure, and we'll go disable, save and apply, close, and then I'm just going to quickly change the weather here, guys, for a second. So give me 1 second. Overcast. Do we want to? No. Done. Go you. Customize, match real world conditions, done, apply. So we're going to have the weather update in just a second. If they stayed, yeah, tell me about it. Yep. Oh, there we go, we got the wind. Yeehaw! There we go, that's X-Plane's weather system, not using NOAA weather plugin, and now we have We have the wind. Now you can see the wind on the top left-hand of the left-hand side of the ND, and we have weather that should hopefully stay this time. And we're out of beer. Okay, are we catching that? No, we're not. So let's get on the boards. We'll continue the descent now down to 12. Call for more beer. Yeah, no shit. Good call. Hopefully Deb listens. She never listens to me. Alright, so we're doing a fairly decent descent here to catch up on that. So I'm just going to pull us out of that now. There we go. Alright, here you go. You're not going to stick around for the landing, buddy? No, Jem, I turned it off. Don't need it. Alrighty, here you go. No worries, buddy. Well, we're about 10 minutes from landing, so if you can stick around for that long, that would be great. But if not, buddy, thanks for stopping by, and hope you've enjoyed yourself. Yeah, buddy, eat later. One thing I did need to do, does anyone remember the alert that I got which headset battery was low? So I think I could check here. My right headset battery. This right one, okay. Alright, I'll make sure that doesn't, I'll swap that when we land. We might turn that seatbelt side on very soon, actually, as we punch into these clouds. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. What do you reckon, guys? How much longer do you reckon we've got before we're in that cloud? Do you reckon we're probably about 4,000 feet above it? 2,000 feet above it? What do you reckon? There's nothing in it because we're getting no return on the weather radar. No, here you go. We've sold all those up now. They're all gone. Might turn that seatbelt sign on now. Yeah, no, they're all gone, mate. 737-800s and the A330, 777-300, and ATR, ATR 72 500s, I think. Or ATR 72, whatever. I think you'll find that Tiger get the hand-me-down 737s actually. I don't know how, yeah, the A320s, I don't know how much longer they'll last. Yeah. We got approach yet? Oh, no, yeah, Sydney approach, Tracy Schiffman 1244. I might give him a call now. Sydney.
Alpha, Wollongong. Blue direct Wollongong, not about 6,000 for 4013, check for an 825.
Sydney approach, good evening, velocity 1142 is inbound with you through 150, tracking direct 4E, runway 25.
Kilo Bravo Alpha. Go ahead, Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Hey, Revelations.
Clear direct Wollongong.
How are you, buddy?
Runway 25, 4013, altitude 6,000. Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, thanks. Break velocity 1142, Sydney approach, g'day, runway 25, expect ILS approach. Descend to 6,000, QNH 1017.
Runway 25 for the ILS and descend to 6,000 on 1017, velocity 1142. 6,000.
Approach corresponded, established, list runway 25. 400,
yeah, James, it's not cheap. Revelations, it's doing really well, buddy. We're just about to land into Sydney. And, yeah, things looking good. Flying through a bit of a cloud valley here at the moment by the looks of it.
Confirm Kilo Bravo Alpha is the reroute was correct.
Kilo Bravo Alpha,
yeah, it's nice.
Approach Kilo Bravo Alpha is ready to taxi to runway 25.
Revelations, you won't regret it. You're very welcome, buddy. See, guys, proof. If you listen to me, you'll get something good.
Say again.
Are you parked over at the GA at the moment?
Yep, GA. We are at GA 05.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, thanks. Taxi on the point after runway 25, report ready.
Ready to blow my mind. It will, buddy, it will. Oh, I think we're definitely IMC.
Taxi over 116 right, report ready. Simple 7290, thanks for runway 16 right, line up and wait, short delay on arrival from the side.
Standard 1017, lights are on. We might put a little bit of engine anti-ice on here. Just a little bit.
And radar cafe 022.
looking very dark down there, isn't it?
We have an
shadows?
issue with the landing gear that cannot be retracted.
Oh.
Is there any chance we can, we need to descend to 5,000 feet to try at the lower altitude.
At a 022, wireless clears as soon as the
yeah.
required, and when able, advise your intention.
Yeah, we'll go. It's not an emergency at this time, just need to descend to 5,000, sort things out. We'll keep here for, thank you.
022.
We should be on the chart. We pretty much don't need that one anymore, so we might go to the ILS chart and keep that guy up. Yeah. Okay.
At a 022, do you intend to continue to Melbourne?
I'm not sure. If we succeed in putting the wheels in at lower altitude, we will continue. Otherwise, we might need to go back due to the fuel. We'll let you know. Thank you.
At a 022, you're actually outside my airspace now to the southwest. If you're going to come back and return to Sydney, let me know. Otherwise, switch to Unicom now on 122.8.
Right.
Your ETA 09180.
Okay, we'll just stand by on your frequency. And,
mine's not real time, so
we'll do that. Thank you.
I don't know what mine's comparing to yours.
022.
That'll do. Maintain 250. So we got, yeah, we're fine now.
Kilo Bravo Alpha is holding at holding point Echo for departure on runway 25.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, runway 25, line up and wait, be about a 4-minute delay.
Line up and wait, 4-minute delay is fine. Thank you, Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Singapore 7290, take me airborne, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff. Off the 1140, cancel the start turn left 70, descend to 4000.
Left 070 and down to 4000, 1142. 070, 4000, set. Bye Sydney, we'll see you in a minute.
Approach Qantas 400 on hotel, request taxi to Lisbon. Qantas 400.
What's that? Why have we got the Rivet 3 there?
Number 6 please, Qantas 1. Qantas 400 before the domestic or international terminal.
I told you.
The domestic terminal please, Qantas 1. Qantas 400, thank you. Taxiway Yankee, Golf, hold short, runway right. Taxiway Yankee, Golf, hold short, runway. Kilo Bravo Alpha, you're assigned heading left 190. Contact me airborne. Caution wake turbulence. Runway 25, clear for taxi.
Kilo Bravo Alpha is cleared to take off on runway 25. We'll contact you when airborne. Thank you.
Singapore 7290 identified. Climb flight level 280.
So he's going to turn us to the right here and direct towards Jelly, and then we'll jump on the approach for runway 25. Ah, we got some rain. There's that that rain we were talking about.
Hey, 022.
Hey, 022 guys.
Yes, sir. We're going to go for Sydney.
Cathay 022, do you require vectors or do you have a planned track?
Factors will be nice. We do not have anything set up at the moment.
Cathay 022, no problem at all. Turn right, speed 030, and I'll give you further instructions shortly.
Thank you, 030, Cathay
He's
022.
coming back. He's coming back to Sydney. That guy was going Sydney, Melbourne.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, now airborne.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, confirm no Charlie.
Whoops.
Delta 1142, turn right, swing 160, ascend to 3000.
160 down to 3,000, velocity 1142. 160, 3,000. We'll slow the flaps up speed.
Singapore 7290, cancel the SID, turn right, track brake long.
You are flying way too much in Australia. How are you, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Some nice vectors we're getting here.
One that's holding shot on it, one right.
Oh, are you, buddy? Nice. Nice. We're just about to land into Sydney.
Now airborne.
Kilo Bravo, and by 1, brake corner 400, sorry to about you there, you're swapping standby. Cross runway 16 right on Golf, left on Bravo, and do the domestic day of your choice.
Cross runway 16 right, left on Bravo, to domestic terminal. Correspond.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, resume the application, direct you long hold.
Thousand to go.
1,000 to go, check. Flaps 1.
Kilo 7290, you will clear the flight with 280, no speed restriction. Velocity 1142, turn right heading 250, cleared ILS 25 approach, report to established.
Turn right in 250, cleared for the ILS approach, will call you established, velocity 1142.
Singapore 7290, climb flight level 280.
Okay, we'll go ahead and select. We're cleared for the approach, so it's VOR lock, and we want a checklist. Approach checklist altimeter is 1017, 1017. Approach checklist complete. Okay, we've got VOR lock on standby. We'll slow up a little bit more. Flaps 5. VOR lock has captured approach mode. There's the airport in front of us, guys. Laps 10. Go wipers, go! Go wipey, go! And there's that down. Don't need to worry about you. Flaps 15. Approach velocity 1142 established runway 25.
Also 1142, wind 20 degrees, 22, gusting 32, runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land, velocity 1142. Yeah, you got to do the navigation update, James. They've chucked an ILS on there. That's 25. Oh, there comes that reduced visibility. Ah, that's right, I knew what you meant. Hey Smick, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. We're just on finals. So it's 144. Let's go to that. Flaps 30. And we'll go straight to flaps 40. Landing checklist. Landing checklist, engine start switches are on auto, speed brake is armed, landing gear is down 3 green, and flaps are 40 green light. Landing checklist complete. Alrighty, how about we take over? My aeroplane. I have control. Oh, Adler. Eddie's Skypack, I think it's called. Oh, keep descending, buddy. Bloody trim. Okay, for the guys on stream, if I'm not ignoring anyone right at the moment, but for this next little part of the flight, I may not be able to see your messages straight away, as I'll just concentrating a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'll see you all on the ground.
Singapore 7290, you're about to see my airspace to the southwest. No further ATC is available for you, unfortunately. Radar and identification services
Checked.
are terminated.
We are clear to land.
122.8. Yeah.
Ha, DJ, look up here, a distraction. You guys crack me up. Where's this gusting wind?
Wanted Celtic 11, thanks for guidance and have a good night.
Quarter 4.
And his name is John C.
Smick, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the channel. If you've got any questions, I'll more than happily ask them, or answer them, sorry, when I'm down. But welcome to the channel, my friend. Thanks so much for the follow.
Cafe 022, expected for a visual approach runway 25.
Oh, a visual approach for 25.
Visual 25, Richard Cafe 022.
Yeah, right.
500.
Oh, yeah, we're getting the wind now.
400.
Cafe 022, due to the weather, we would like to ILS approach, please.
Yeah, no shit.
300. Approaching
Cafe
minimums.
022, can do, let's approach runway 25.
Oh,
Thank you, ILS 25.
Minimums.
continue.
200.
Oh,
And Cafe 022, just to confirm, so we had some issues with the landing gear. Have not been able to retract it. We have a confirmed down and green indication. Still, we would like to have the fire department check the gear after
Left and
landing,
right.
to make sure nothing is wrong.
oh, down we go.
Cafe 022, I will advise...
Reverse is up, reverse is normal, decelerating.
Thank you.
Oh, got some rudder in there. Oh, we're there at 430. Got that wasn't butter. That was very much establishing the aircraft on the ground. Oh shit! It got a bit dicey there at the end. Look at that. We had a bit of a wind. You guys see that shift in the the shift in the arse? We're here to the right.
1149, understood, thanks.
I mean, you didn't crash. That's true. And approach velocity 1142. We're off on Alpha for Bay domestic 36.
Velocity 1142, right on Golf, cross 16 right.
Right on Golf, cross 16 right to the Bay, velocity 1142. That one, terrain.
Velocity 1149, turn right heading.
You're off, master caution anti-ice. We'll leave the strobes on for a minute because we're going to cross this runway just over here. Alrighty, clear right. No, here you go, that was alright, 430. You call them after anything over about 800.
Okay, 022, turn right heading 040.
Okay, 040, Cafe
49, leave you go back to 100. Back to 100, you're off. Start the APU now. Yeah, the weather's a bit dicey in Sydney. I was like, where's that wind? And then like 500 feet, it's like, the sim's like, here you go. No worries, Revelations. And strobes, anti-collision light is off. We definitely got some, bit of a change there. Bring the lights on here. Okay, so we're not into this one, we're in the next one. So we're not this left just there, we're the next left. Itchy head. Okay, so we are the third on the left.
1149,
On the bus.
okay, down to 2,500.
That's 38. 40, 38, 36 is this guy just here. Taxi light off so we don't blind the ground crew. This is actually 34 maybe. Oh well, this'll do.
Velocity 11 turn right heading 160.
Here we go, guys. Welcome to Sydney. Park you. We are on the bus shutting down. Made it, absolutely. Look at the weather outside. It's dismal. There we go. Anti-collision light off. Bus and seatbelt sign off. 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 Unlock. Open. You're off. Alrighty, shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. The fuel pumps are off, but one for the APU. The probe heat is off. The hydraulic panel is set. The flaps are up, no lights. The parking brake is set. The interstart levers are cut off, and the weather radar is off and off. Shutdown checklist complete. On approach. All right, let me jump out of VR here real sec, for a sec, guys, and we'll go check out James's approach. Okay, let me get rid of you. Oh. rush for their luggage.
250, report runway 25 inside.
Alrighty, there we go. So we're back online now. So let's have a little bit of a look here. So this is Sydney. And where is old mate here? I'm coming to runway 25. I do not see him. While we have a little look around, what else is sitting here on the deck in Sydney at the moment? So we've got a guy just over here. What's that guy? He's in the ground. It's great. He needs to set his right QNH. We're just, that's us just here.
Also 1149, just forgot, I thought you were for the visual approach, you're for the ILS approach. Fly heading 250, cleared ILS 25 approach and report.
Oh, he's ages away. He's not even on the approach yet.
Cathay 022, turn right heading 070.
Right turn 070, Cathay 022.
Established, he says. He says he's established.
1149.
Thanks, Adler. I really appreciate it, buddy. Actually, let me double check. Let me double check the clouds I've got. I don't want to. Let me just check here. No, they're called Cloud Art V2. It's called Cloud Art V2 by Smart Variable.
Sydney approach, velocity 883.
That's a
Making
dark
early
cloud.
contact, position Tarrell on descent through flight level 240.
Yeah, Adler, absolutely. Let me do it right now while we wait for velocity 1149 to land. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. No worries.
With all velocity 883.
Okay, Twitch
The
is
883, my apologies. Approach Canadian squawk 4015.
Twitch.
4015, velocity
Wow.
883.
Yeah, he's coming in now. Adler. Posting some other guy? Why are you doing that for? I just gave you a follow, buddy. Alrighty. Yeah, we can see him. Here he is. I don't know if you guys can see the spec there. There he is.
Runway 25, descend to 8,000. Sydney QNH 1017.
Here he comes.
Peter Sydney via River 3, runway 25.
Where should we go? Just down near the runway here?
Velocity 883.
Where's the touchdown point? Touchdown point's just there. Let's see. Should we go from this view, or should we go from the view from, say, the tower? What do you reckon, guys? Is this a good view to watch him land?
4,000 feet. What is the QNH?
This view's alright? Okay.
1017.
17, thank you.
Here he comes. No pressure. Oh, it's nice to have my headset off, actually. Oh, he's making a dive for the runway now. Go, buddy, go. Oh, that's some nose down there. Yeah, here comes the wind. Get ready for it. Oh, is he a bit right of centre line? No, left of centre line? I think he is. He's correcting now. Or is that's the wind coming in? You just start turning left soon, buddy. I can't look. I can't look, yet I can't keep away.
Cafe 022,
There we go.
descend to 3000.
Does he look high?
Sending 3,000 feet Cafe 02.
Does he look high? Oh, he's diving for the runway. Oh, I think we're down. I think we're down. There we are. Oh, where you going, buddy?
Cafe 022, descend to 330.
That's sending 330 for base, Cafe 033. Sorry, 022.
You got 1017 set on your QNH, buddy? Oh, there we go. He's... he went round. Yeah, he did! 11:49, he's going round. Alright, well,
We'll see 1149, climb 4000, maintain runway heading.
if we're going to watch this, I need to get another beer. I'll be right back, guys.
Cafe 022, turn left heading 270, cleared ILS 25 approach, reportless.
That's sending 270 straight out approach, runway 25,
What did I-
Cafe 022.
What did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, I wonder why he went round. So he's there, so we got the Cathay guy
Did
coming
we
in.
plan to take the runway on either Yankee or Golf 2 or Golf 1? We just have the fire
missed the
department
deer.
inspect the landing gear at the exit before we can continue. Thank you.
He missed the deer.
Cafe 022, not a problem.
Alright guys, well we got a Cathay flight. The guy with the gear problem, he's coming into runway 25 next. So we'll keep a firm eye out for him. Higo, I think you're right.
1149, turn left heading 100.
I think you hit the nail on the head. That is absolutely right. So guys, what I like to do during every stream is play a little video here from our chosen charity while we are in here a bit of a gap of arrivals.
1149 looks like the one that went around.
While we have got the arrivals coming, we've got a bit of a gap in the arrivals. I will play just a little video here now for our chosen charity. So it's a video for the Red Cross, and I'll see you all back here in just a second. Alrighty guys, we are back, and we have the Cathay flight on approach.
The 883 to 6000.
6,000 feet velocity at 83.
Jim, it doesn't really. This Cathay guy is taking it rather, oh fuck.
Well, see 1149, continue the left turn, heading
Here comes the
070.
gear. Here comes the gear. Okay, so this guy's approach looks a little better than,
Then you're
Mr. Grey UK, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Fight and Flight crew, my friend. If you join the Discord, you'll get special rank and you get to be with sub knights and fly with us all together and all that sort of groovy stuff. So I do invite you to Discord as well as a whole bunch of other stuff you'll get through just coming through on your subscription. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it.
Juliet Whiskey Lima Sydney approach today. Squawk 4016.
Squawk 4016, Juliet Whiskey Lima.
Osprey 1149 understood. Just let me know if you need any extra assistance.
What's going on with
Velocity 883, cancel the start turn, right heading 080.
So Velocity 1149 has just said to the controller in text,
Cancel star, right heading 080.
be advised, our aircraft is struggling.
Separation 8
So, we might have firefighters on the ground, not only for this cafe flight, but maybe for 1149 as well.
Eagles 264 Sydney approach today, squawk 4014.
4014 and sorry again, 264.
We're going to watch you landing again, James. Don't stuff it up this time.
Eagles 264 no worries, base. Juliet Lima identified.
This cafe guy, look how stable this cafe guy's flying. This guy's flying the ILS the full way in.
Sydney QNH 101.
Cleared to Sydney, Island 47, runway 25, descend to 8000, QNH 1017, Juliet Whiskey Lima.
Look how good, look at this is the ILS flying this 74, you can see it's not budging. You've never done an approach with this weather?
You're identified, turn right heading 0.
Okay, just fly the ILS, James, you'll be fine.
About 20 miles and put you in the hold for the descent.
Right heading 070 and expect the hold for the descent to 264.
Hey, here we go, lovely, nicely done. Nicely done. Nice, very nicely done. You did a better job than I did. Son of a bitch. He's using all the runway too. That was a very nice landing. Due to ongoing weather, we will be our final attempt before we divert. Okay, so updated on the Velocity 1149 situation. So he's just posted in text that due to ongoing weather, this will be our final attempt before we divert. So we might have to quickly change airports, guys. So the Cathay 74 is clear of 25. Alrighty, what have we got here? We've got what's that guy? Velocity
883, turn left heading 060.
That's Velocity 1149,
right
there.
060, Velocity 883.
He's way too close to the airport. He's way too close to the runway. He's just there. So he's on downwind for runway 25 by the looks of it. Very, very close downwind for runway 25.
Eagles 264, turn right heading 130.
Whichever altitude for us, Eagles 264.
Told track heading 0, copy. We're just making fun of you, James, don't worry. Look how good that 74 looks out and ahead of us. Those landing lights look really good. He needs to turn his strobe and landing lights off. Tell the cafe guy he needs to turn his strobes and landing lights off. Anyone else come around here? We've got a really fast crane. Damn, he's swinging that thing around. Holy shit. Yeehaw! Alrighty, so what do we got here? Company aircraft spotting thinks we're too close, but could we be taken out to the right? Don't blame me! So Velocity 1149 has just told the ATC that the aircraft spotting us says we're too close, can you take us out to the right? I should keep my opinions to myself. So there he goes there. He's just tracking out down long downwind just there. Better than the ATC. At that speed you'll have plenty of space for turns onto base and final, but as you wish, turn right 090.
Velocity 883, descend to 4000.
I'm drinking Asahi, which is a
4,000
nice...
feet, velocity
It's a
883.
bit funky, which is a nice Japanese beer. It's Asahi? I don't know. One of those two.
Eagle 264, not sure where you're heading for, but your assigned heading was 140.
Okay, we'll continue left turn heading on 140, Eagles 264.
Cathay 022, everything seems to be fine, ready to taxi to stance.
Cathay 022, thank you, Bar Golf, and Alpha if required to your bay.
I'm going to go focus on this approach. Yeah, James,
Okay,
go
I'll
focus
to
on
the
the
bay, thank you.
approach. Don't focus on us. If you like, tried Kieran. I have tried Kieran Grey. I really like Kieran, actually. There's a Japanese bar that my partner and I go to, and I get the nice big glass of Kieran. It's really nice, ice cold. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, James, you focus on flying, and then we'll all focus on you. Where's that Cathay? Whoops, where's that Cathay 7? Let's go and have a look for him. Where is he? There he is. He's just there. And he's taxing. He's going to taxi to the international base, so he's going to turn left up here.
6,000, Juliet was
Oh, is it a rare fine grey? Truth be told, I haven't seen it in too many bottle shops here, actually, in Australia. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's a couple of different versions of Kieran too, isn't there?
Velocity 883, turn left heading 010.
Left heading 010, velocity 883.
Velocity 883. Hey Looper, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. We're being a spotter here in Sydney at the moment as the sun sets on a beautiful evening, on a rainy evening. In Sydney, we've just watched this Cathay 747 land. He had gear trouble, but he's fine. Watched a go around of a company aircraft, velocity 1149.
Before descend to 8000, Sydney QNH 1017.
And velocity 1149 is out there at the moment, ready to come back in again for his second approach.
At 8,000, expect ILS approach runway 25, QNH 10.
Actually, one thing I better check here real quick, and I'll just jump on VATSIM.
Velocity 883, descend to 3000.
Velocity 883, we've got 883 coming in as well, I think. I think we've got, let me just bring up the Chrome here for a second. We got here, so we've got, oh yeah, there's velocity 1149, so this is Sydney just here for everyone's information. And we've got velocity 883, so we're going to have two aircraft coming in for runway 25 very soon, which is really cool. So we're going to have, we've got two more approaches to go. Pretty sure, yeah, I've only ever seen one. They own Library out here at your area too. Oh, right, I didn't know that. What are they using for arrivals right now? Looper, so it's runway 25 at the moment. We might just do a very slight adjustment on the
left heading 260,
time as
ILS
it's so dark.
approach, report
The
established.
Cathay guy's going down to the cargo apron with all the other 7-4s.
Cleared ILS approach
And the
runway
MD
25, report established, velocity 883.
That must be a Cathay Pacific Cargo 7-4. Alrighty, so we've got two approaches to come in. We've got 1149 and I think velocity 880 something or other. 883, was it 889? 884? I think he's going to come in first. Surely. Anytime now. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about 11:49 being so close because then he would have probably been on approach by now coming into land. Okay, so Sydney approach is told him to turn left heading 280, so he's turning towards final approach now. If my spatial reasoning is any good. He'll have a 30, 40 degree intercept angle for runway 25, so he's on his way back in now. That cafe guy, the cafe guy down there.
Velocity 883, established runway 25.
Oh, 883 is ahead of him. Okay, so...
Velocity 883 was now 210 degrees, 25 gusting 35, runway 25 clear to land.
Okay, so velocity 883 is the next one in.
Runway 25 clear to land, velocity 883.
Okay, there he is. There's velocity 883. So it's velocity 883, then velocity 1149 afterwards. Nah, Jen, this isn't him. This is another guy coming in. He's the second one. So after this guy is then the second attempt. Unless that's what you meant.
Seagulls 264, descend to 4,000.
Zoom 4000, Seagulls 264.
So this is velocity 883. Looper, I've been told that I need to go and cook dinner, so I might jump on a little bit later, but I've got to go and be domesticated for a little bit after this, unfortunately. One of the things that's very sad at the moment is I don't have a Tiger livery for traffic, so the Tiger comes through as a British Airways A320, unfortunately. Yeah, whip sound apps. Yeah. Okay, so velocity 1149's been cleared for the ILS approach. He's been told report established. This velocity guy's got a nice crab going on at the moment. Established number 2 for landing. Oh, so okay, so we got the velocity 1149 is established behind. So far so good, guys. Gem number 2 is getting there. We should see him pop up. We should see these landing lights in just a minute.
Seagulls 264, turn left.
I believe.
Again, left heading 310.
Left heading 310, Seagulls 264.
Yeah, this velocity guy's flying the ILS as well. You weren't asked to call the runway in sight, buddy. You just asked to call established. I think my 738 model is actually a 737-400. I need to fix that. Yeah, this velocity guy's going to have this nailed. Oh.
Seagulls 264, continue the left turn, heading 250, descend to 3000.
Time to turn back on the runway.
Turn heading at 250, descend to 3000, Seagulls 264.
He might have different scenery to us. Oh, he's returning to center line now. Oh. he went off the runway then. Velocity 883. Was 883. Did you go off the runway? Runway then? I'm gonna ask you.
No, not quite, but we came close. Velocity 883, clear runway 25 on Yankee, we're for domestic 2, bay 31.
Velocity 883, you want to golf, cross 16 right 2 bay.
Golf, cross 16 right to the bay. Cheers.
That wasn't that
Velocity
was Velocity 883. He replied to my text message on voice, which is cool. Ah, look out guys. It's 11:49. Alrighty, let's do this. Gordy's already in a fairly decent turn. Thought he was established. He does look better now than the previous approach.
4 tractor jelly.
Chile, Tigos 264.
This approach is looking a little bit better. Velocity 883 totally went off the runway. Totally went off the runway. People are just not ready for when you touch down. You know, you're flying crabbed, right? When the gear touches, you're gonna spear, and you bring that nose wheel down, it's gonna spear you off in the direction you're crabbed. You need to be ready for it, which is why we did a bit of a left and right.
Good evening, Jetstar.
Bit of shitload of rudder.
Is 92 miles DME to the west, just left flight level 360, correction 370.
Just 661 to the approach. G'day, you're still outside my airspace, sir. You can contact me around about KDOM.
He's a bit nose down.
KDOM, Jetstar 661. I'm looking for runway 25, I presume.
Oh, he's diving for the runway again. He's diving.
Roger that, Jetstar 661.
Here you go, yeah, it is good fun. I love X-Plane. I've fallen in love with X-Plane, and I was a really big prepared 3D user. Oh, he's doing the same thing again, guys. He's diving for the runway, and here you go, I think you're going to be right. He's going to dive for the runway, get really fast, and not be able to pull it up. What's he doing? Is he going around again? What's he doing? What are you doing, buddy? Or is he just like put flaps 40 down and ballooned from like flaps 10? Oh, he's coming back on profile now.
Philly Whiskey Lima, cancel.
Come on, Velocity 1149, we believe in you.
Descend 4,000.
We believe in you, buddy.
Cancel the star, turn left 070 down to 4,000, Juliet Whiskey Lima.
I feel like he's flying in slow-mo. Oh, he's doing it a little bit better now. He's coming in. I feel like he's coming in really slow. Like, really slow. No, not at all. That's looking better. That's looking better. Oh, touchdown. A little bit of the left aileron, buddy. Or left. Butterish. Why is he moving so slow? I don't understand. He pulled up in like 200 meters. Don't know. He's stopped on the runway now. I think he hasn't got the right QNH set, 1017, and that makes him descend into the ground. Is he going to turn? Is he going to turn this taxi?
Eagle 264 from Jelly, cleared ILS 25
Yeah.
approach, report established.
From Jelly, clear the other 25 port established, Eagles 264.
It's like we're watching Jaws. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. Oh dear. Okay, well there we go. I have no idea. I don't want to know his brakes.
Julie, Whiskey Lima, descend to 3,000.
If he pulled up in that space there,
3,000, Juliet Whiskey Lima.
I think that's like max auto brakes, or just leave your parking brake on when you touch down. There's Velocity 883 coming in, and there is the there's the shark. Hey James, buddy, what's your QNH set to? Are you set to 1017? Or whatever the latest QNH is, because you're showing in the ground for us. That's you just there. And Jem would like to know how the hell you pulled up in like 20 meters.
Julie, Whiskey Lima, turn right at 150.
Is the Cathay guy still there? No, he's looked off. Scared pilot equals max auto brake. Yeah, wow, buddy, you really pulled up, and not a lot of time. We were sitting here watching you, and you were off. I don't know how far that is, maybe 800 feet, 1,000 foot. That's a decent effort, but I don't know why you're in the ground for. So that's interesting. Alrighty, it's very much chuck you there. Alrighty guys, well unfortunately I've been told that I need to go and be domesticated and be a good boyfriend and cook dinner. Much to my dismay, I was planning to operate another sector, but I might jump on a little bit later and do that. I feel like my streaming's not over. If not though, for some unlikely reason, that doesn't happen Monday night, so this time tomorrow, is when I fly, so we'll be doing an event called Milk Run Monday, where we fly between Melbourne and Sydney, the second busiest route in the world, and we'll be operating the 7.3 in VR as well. So hopefully the weather's crap, like it is here in Sydney, and we can do that flight. We can do some flying tomorrow night. That was hairy. Frames drop down. Total slideshow back to how I should. Wow. MSG was 883, not bad, mate. We all watched it on stream. Twitch.tv/DJSean00. Here we go. Alrighty guys, well what I am going to do now is jump off. So thank you so much guys for the love and support, I really do appreciate it. To all the new followers, thank you and welcome to the stream. To Mr. Gray, thank you so much for the sub. Please join our Discord guys. There's a whole heap of information that we share there, not only about X-Plane, but it's also about DCS and a bunch of other games as well. So there you go, Discord. If you need any help as well in there, there is a whole stack of people that are willing to help you configure up your X-Plane and make it look absolutely amazing. Alrighty, until next time guys, I'll see you all then, which will be tomorrow. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm